Let me see if it'll allow me. Well, I thought it was going to let me share this. Let me see if it'll do it from here. No, it won't. So anyway, good morning, everyone. We are on our normally scheduled broadcast for every Wednesday. I come on every Monday and Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I talk about business building, business and life building. You guys see in the title, one beautiful thing about your life and your salon biz, you can change it. Oh my goodness. That's such an amazing thing. Let me see if I can, 1 second. I think it's going to let me share it from here. I may have to come back on. Maybe not. Thought it was going to let me. One beautiful thing about your life and your salon biz, you can change it. Oh my goodness. That's such an amazing. Okay, sorry about that, Instagram. I attempted to share it to my personal page. Let's hope that works. So on this morning, I want to talk about, the ability that you guys have to really change whatever it is that's going on in your life and your business. For those of you who've never been on a live broadcast with me before, I'm Tanya Wilson Cherry, beauty business consultant and certified life coach. I have a 20+ year background in the most amazing industry on the planet, hands down, the beauty industry, and 10 years as a former salon owner. I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself get new customers, maintain the ones they have, and profit for real in their business. I help them create amazing brands, and I have a staple that I live by, and that's your mind has a lot to do with your money and everything else you set out to do. And so a lot of what's going on and what transpires and all of our results are centered around what's going on up here. And so oftentimes with my clients, I help them to up level their thinking about possibility and what's available for them. And they end up seeing massive changes in their life and their business and, massive growth. A lot of times it's just whatever we've been exposed to, right? Whatever we feel is possible, that is what we set out to do. And so I was encouraged to do this particular topic this morning because here lately I've, talked to many stylists who were connecting with me on, growing their business or doing some things different. And one of the things I noticed was that there was this fear, right, to do it different. And I want to talk about that on this morning and give you guys some things to think about as it relates to your business, because it's really amazing how if we don't like it, we really can change it. And so when a person continues to have results in their life and their business that they don't like, and they continue to operate in that space, there are usually a couple things that are transpiring that don't allow them to do that. Good morning on Facebook. How are you? So I had, first, I was excited this morning because you guys know, like, you get the memories that come up in your news feed on Facebook, and they tell you what you posted like a year ago, 2 years ago, 7 years ago on this very day. And one of the first things that I saw this morning was my very first Facebook Live that I ever did. It was actually 2 years ago on, what's today, June the 27th. So 2 years ago, June 27th was my actual first Facebook Live. And I remember saying, I really don't have anything planned, because you guys know I normally write things down and plan out my broadcast for you guys. But I had something I wanted to share. And I talked about vision, and I was like, wow, I've really been on this vision thing. It's been a huge part. Hey, Stacy, how are you, dear? A huge part of my message for a long time. Vision. It's been vision. And as I'm talking to stylists and salon owners, I noticed that many of them are in a place that I used to be in. Good morning, beautiful. And a girlfriend of mine and I were talking about it on yesterday. I was sharing with her that although, as a new, fresh, and up-and-coming stylist, I was really busy. I had a lot of clients. the one thing that's different from then and how I operate now is I didn't have a vision back then. Someone, if you come on, even if it's in the replay, put the word vision in the comments. If you're on with me live, put the word vision in the comments. I didn't have a vision back then. So my main goal was just to do a lot of clients, right? It was just to get as many clients coming in as possible and still be able to travel and do the other things that I wanted, which I believe that it's super important that we have goals. And goals are the things that, you set out. Maybe every day you may have a goal for your business. I did have goals, right? I had like income goals that I wanted to meet every day, but it was mainly to suit what I had going on at that time. Hope you guys are with me. And when we don't have anything that expands beyond where we are right now, and what I mean by where we are right now, I mean, so you may know what it needs, what is required to pay your booth rent or your salon suite rent, or if you're a salon owner, your overhead. And then you may know you need to pay your car payment and little things, not little things, but things like that. And so those are goals, right? But if your vision doesn't expand further than that, you'll just do the same things over and over again, because your only target is to be able to maintain what you have going on this level. And so as I'm talking to, several stylists have reached out to me recently who, it's obvious to me that they need to do something different. It's obvious to me that change needs to occur, but they're struggling to make the shifts, right? They're struggling to make the shifts. So I wanted to come on this morning to talk to you guys about the fact that you do have the authority and the power to change whatever's going on in your life and your business that you don't like. You can change it. And so often we've been conformed to, doing things a particular way, or, similar to how the majority of everyone else is doing it. And guys, I want to share something that I've learned that's been so powerful for me. If the majority is doing it, oftentimes it's another way to go, right? Other than that, because the majority of people are not comfortable with what's going on in their life and their business. They're not. They would love for it to be a different way. And all they really need to do is make a mental shift and realize that they actually have the power to change it. And so one of the things that will help you, like if your business, if you're needing something different in your salon business or your life, is to shift quickly. Shift quickly. And what I mean by that is, if you've been at a space and you realize that something is not working, right? It's not working for you in your life and business, guys, you have to shift quickly. Move out of that space. Give yourself permission to do it differently. So one of the strongest characteristics or character traits of a great leader or a person who is successful is their ability to make decisions quickly. Now, it's not like they're making decisions just haphazardly, right? They're decisions that they've thought about, but they don't sit in limbo for a long time, because guys, a confused mind does nothing or a little bit of everything. And so what happens whenever we feel like we're in a space where change is needed in our life and our business, if we don't make a complete decision, if we don't make a decision, we'll either go back to what wasn't working, we'll go back to those same habits, those same thoughts, and get the same results, or we do nothing, right? We stay in limbo. So shift quickly, focus on solutions. So, I mean, there's so many different things that you may want to change or you may want to see different, but as long as your mindset is so in tune with what's wrong, you never get to the point where you're focusing on the solution. Stacy says that's good. You never get to that space. And so clear your mind, give yourself permission, one, to reflect. One of the things I find is that people stay stuck in routines that aren't working because they don't take the time to reflect. Reflecting has been this big shift, a principle that I've been using in my life that has worked for me I can't even explain how powerful reflecting has been in my life and business, because I realized that when we get in routines and we do them over and over and over again, and we're not taking the time to kind of fall back and really think about what's going on, we can end up being stuck for years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. One, because we haven't taken time to really assess, what's going on. And two, because even when we know, right? So you may know that something isn't right, but fear, right? Fear will, cause you to just be at a standstill. And you're going to have courage. If you want to create a business and a lifestyle that you truly, truly desire, it's going to require a measure of courage. So if what you're doing isn't working, one, you have to make up your whole mind what you want your business and your life to look like. If you have not gotten clear on that, you'll do exactly what I said before. You'll do some of everything. You'll be grabbing at different things and, trying a whole lot of things that ultimately will only cause burnout, right? Or you'll go back to doing those routine things that weren't working before. And so you got to make up your mind. This is one of the questions when stylists connect with me about different situations they may be in. So recently someone was in a situation where they weren't happy at the salon they were at. They weren't really producing the revenue that they desired. And then the distance that they were commuting to get there was long, right? And so I asked, is any of that what you desire? So many of you feel like the situation that you're in is the end all be all, as if you don't have a choice in the matter, but you do, right? You have the authority and you have the power, if it's not working, to change it. And you have to have the courage to step out and do that. I look at it like this. If what you have going on isn't working, right? If it's a struggle to continue to do things in that manner, then why does fear not allow you? Because fear says, I'm afraid that if I do it that way, it's going to be difficult, or it's going to be hard. If I do something new, or if I change what it is that I desire and what I'm setting my intentions on, it's going to be hard. But if what you're doing now is not working, I can only imagine that that is super difficult as well. And so you got to make sense of the entire thing, right? So what you need is a made up mind. What is it that you really, really want? I shared with you guys before that as a young stylist, I really, the only thing I knew I wanted was a lot of clients. So when I say make up your mind what you want, if you have an income goal, T Green, how are you? If you have an income goal, or if you don't have, let's talk about if you don't have an income goal. If you don't have an income goal, you will continue to just work and not know when you've hit different milestones that are going to get you where you actually desire to be. So as a friend of mine and I were talking on yesterday, and I was sharing with her, that was me at one point. I just wanted to do a lot of clients and kind of maintain where I was. But I didn't have a vision any further than that. So what really helped me a lot was to set like actual income goals. Like if you want to make 300,000 for the year, then that strategy is going to be different from 60,000, right? But if you never set your intentions, if you never get clear, if you never make up your whole mind what it is that you desire, you will never know a new strategy that's needed to make it happen. And so the thing that'll continue to go through your mind is, something's got to change, right? But if you find clarity, this is why I talk about clarity all the time. And it's also one of the reasons why my clients see massive results in their salon industry career when we work together, because we gain a measure of clarity about what they really want, not what they've seen, what someone else has limited them to think is possible for them, and not even based on some of the limited experiences they may have had as it relates to their success. It's a decision. It's a decision. Like for me, transitioning from behind the chair, when it really became like real, where I was actually producing income and replacing days behind the chair, was when I made up my mind, right? As long as I was like, swaddling the fence or straddling the fence. I was only putting I wasn't putting the right amount of energy into what it is that I really, really desired. So most of you can do hair off the back of, like, with your eyes closed, because you've done it for so long. Those things are routine. Those things create the same results for you in your life and your business over and over again. But it isn't until you really make up your whole mind about what you desire that's further out than where you are now that your strategy begins to change. I shared on a post earlier this morning, I said, if your plan doesn't change, don't change your vision. But you got to have one first. You got to have one first. And many of you are limiting what you think is possible for you, right? And when you do that, you will operate in fear. Fear will never allow you to build the business and lifestyle you love, ever. Never. It just won't allow it. Now, that's not to say that we won't have fear to come up when we're doing new things, but we have to have the courage to move past them and not fall back into the same routines we were in before. You have to be able to take some calculated risk. You're not going to be able to create the business and lifestyle you love if you're operating in fear. So know what it is that you actually want, the real thing that you want, not what you feel, not what you're saying you want because this is all you feel you can produce right now. Because if you do that, you'll build the same thing that you have going on. You have to have the ability to stretch mentally about what you really desire, and that's going to require you to shift and do new strategies. And so some people do say, I want something that's further out than where I am now, but then they never align with the strategies that are going to get them there. They still fall into low levels of action, change, or whatever they're going to do, whatever they're doing daily, it kind of remains the same. So I just wanted to encourage you guys that you don't have to conform, guys. So many of us are conforming to how we think it should be without allowing ourselves to really expand in what it is that we really, really desire. So what is it that you want? Because one beautiful thing about your salon business and life, you can change it. If you don't like it, you have all the power to change it. You just have to have the courage. You got to have clarity. And then you need courage to be able to do that. For those of you who know that you're looking for change, I have these different ideas and thoughts about what it is that I desire, but I can't find clarity. I invite you to join me inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp. It is a transformational 12-week course that will give you clarity, direction, strategy, and help you set your intentions, help you set your focus so that you aren't always falling back. Is that Pink Lotus? Hey there, how are you? Thank you for joining on Instagram. So that you aren't always falling back and conforming to what wasn't working for you before. Are you really building the salon business and lifestyle that you love? That's the question I want to ask you guys on today. Is what you're doing heading you in the direction of what you truly, truly desire? If not, I ask you to give yourself permission, bet on yourself, invest in yourself, join us inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp. We actually start on July the 9th, so it's in about 11 days. It is the last time I'll offer it this year, and it won't be at this investment cost when I offer it again. The course is $997 as a one-time fee. I also have 2 payment arrangements. One, you pay $283 to save your seat, and then 3 recurring payments of $283 every 30 days, so you're only paying once a month. Or $157 saves your seat, and then in 2 weeks, you don't pay anything for 2 weeks. You begin recurring fees of $78 per week until you've paid for the value of the course. It's value packed. I have included everything that I felt would position you to prosper, truly build a brand, and attract your perfect people without you being overwhelmed with the information. I've made it simple, easy to do, and one of the biggest sessions that we do inside 3D Success is we do a mindset shift, because whatever it is you desire on the next level is going to desire you to become a new version of yourself. And that always starts with your thinking. You're thinking about what you feel is available to you, what you really feel that you deserve and desire as you're creating your salon business and the life that you actually love. Guys, we have the power to change, right? That's the beautiful thing about all of this. We really do have the power to change. So I encourage you guys and I challenge you, reflect. Take a moment to reflect and say, is this really what I desire in my salon industry career? Is it time for me to reinvent? Is it time for me to rebrand? Do I need to attract a new perfect person into my business as far as my customers are concerned or my staff is concerned? And what do I need to do to align with it? You guys can save your seat at renewfullcircle.com/3D success. renewfullcircle.com/3D success. We start in 11 days, so in less than 2 weeks, we will be starting the last round of 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp for this year. The investment cost won't be the same next year, guys. As you grow, your business should grow with you. As you grow, your business should grow with you. Many of you are in a place where your pricing structure isn't even set up for you to profit in your business, right? And so that's one of the modules that we talk about, your pricing. We go over your menus. We figure out how you can create the value that's going to allow you to charge what you're really worth and what's needed for your business to actually profit. I want to grow IG. How are you, dear? Thank you for joining. So guys, you really can. The greatest thing is that you can change your business and your life, right? That's the beautiful thing about it. And it's all with a decision, hey, darling, that you make and getting really clear on what you want. Ask yourself, is this what I want? Is what I'm doing now, is it really working, right? And if not, what do I need to do to shift? And for those of you who are joining me inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp, I help you to do that. I help you to align with the person that you've evolved into now, because many of you have evolved and your brand needs to evolve with you. I want you guys to, remove the limitations that you may have about your ability to change, because most oftentimes what's really holding you back is fear. Fear won't allow you to build an amazing business, right? It's normally fear. So I want you guys to remove that, shift quickly if you need to, focus on solutions and not problems, be willing to take some calculated risk, make up your whole mind. What is it that I really want? Not limiting yourself in the things that you desire as it relates to growing your salon career and the lifestyle that you love. You guys need a desire on the inside of you that kind of feels like fire. And what that thing is going to do, that desire that feels like fire, what it's going to do, it's going to burn off any unnecessary emotions, any unnecessary relationships, any unnecessary tasks and things that you're doing that won't allow you to get there until you get like a true desire for what it is that you really want. And remember, I said that desire will be like a consuming fire. So it's going to eliminate those things. That's very true. That's one of my obstacles. Don't allow fear to hold you back. It will have you stuck in the same place year after year after year after year. It will have you conforming to what you don't even desire, what doesn't feel great anymore, what doesn't align with you. We really do have the ability to change. I'm watching how in the last few years I've transitioned from behind the chair. This is what I do full time, guys. And it wasn't until I made a decision. What do you want your career to look like? What do you want your life to look like? I've made other decisions like that when I was a full-time stylist behind the chair. Okay, I have, been going to classes. I'm investing in myself. I am valuable. It's time for a price increase. What I'm offering to the marketplace is valuable, right? And then I made the necessary shifts. And so fear won't allow you to do that. Fear will keep you stuck. Fear will keep you afraid. One of the ladies that I spoke with recently was afraid that she would lose, clients who have been with her for a long time. But many of your clients are waiting for you to operate at the highest version of yourself. They're ready for change as well. And for those that aren't ready, you're going to gain new ones along the way that align with who you're evolving into. You have to give yourself permission, right? And one of the things I shared, I said, when your clients need to reschedule, when they are going on vacation or out of town or whatever it is that they're doing, do they hesitate to move their appointment or change their appointment? Or if they move to another city, do they hesitate to do that because they don't want to leave their stylist? Now, I'm not saying they don't want to leave their stylist, but they're not letting that be the reason they don't allow their lives to grow and evolve. And you guys have to give yourselves permission to do that as well. Whatever it is that's holding you back or keeping you, if it's fear, some of you just simply haven't invested in yourself. It's not something that you're accustomed to. But if you're wanting to make changes in your life and your business, investing in the information that's going to get you there is going to be necessary, right? Because you need to be a new version of yourself for the next level. And many times that's packaged in information that you don't have, because if you had it, you would be doing it right now, right? You would be able to access your next level right now. So clarity, set your intentions, remove the fear. You guys join us inside 3D Success Mentorship and Branding Bootcamp. You can go to renewfulcircle.com/3D Success, renewfulcircle.com/3D Success. Check out the landing page, save your seat. We start in 11 days. It's $9.97 for a one-time fee investment, or there are two payment options. One saves your seat at $157. The other one is $283, and you guys can find the details there. But it's value packed. I've invited other experts who come to add even more value to what I'll be teaching over that 12 weeks. We go really deep into getting clear on what you want and who you are as a brand and how to position yourself so that you're attracting your perfect people and you're seeing massive growth with your profits, and how you feel about the business that you're building, because it's important, guys. It makes a huge difference. And so you don't have to conform to what's going on in your life and business right now. You really have the authority to change. And I wanted to share that with you guys this morning and maybe empower you guys to take whatever the necessary steps are to do it different. If you don't like it, change it. Okay? Have a super amazing day. I will see you guys again on Monday at 11:30 a.m. Peace.